Did you ever think that fasting is simply for weight loss? Think again. You will discover how scientific fasting not only helps reduce fat, but also heals inflammation. It rejuvenates the body and enhances personal performance. This is not an ordinary book. It's the key to mastering your body and life. Are you ready to completely change how you view health? Hello everyone. Yen An is delighted to see everyone again on the channel Life Lessons, a channel sharing knowledge for comprehensive self-development through great books so that every day becomes more fulfilling. Dave Asprey is a former tech entrepreneur, a globally renowned biohacker, and the founder of Bulletproof Coffee. He has published several New York Times bestsellers, including The Bulletproof Diet and Headstrong. And now we will explore the secrets from the book that Yen An hopes to bring to all of you today. You've probably heard that fasting is very good for health. This is not just promotion by lifestyle gurus, but also confirmed by countless scientific studies. Fasting is a great way to cleanse the body from within. Lose weight and help your body function more efficiently. Sounds appealing, doesn't it? But there's one thing that makes many people hesitant: the feeling of having to endure constant hunger. This is a big misunderstanding. Fasting is not a journey of suffering. Instead, it's learning how to give your body what it needs at the right time. In this book, you will learn to break the deep-rooted fear in your mind that skipping meals can be dangerous. As you gradually get used to fasting, you will discover what your body truly needs, and from there, you will not only control your health but also elevate your life performance to a new level. Curious to try it, right? Let's start the important contents of this book with Yen An. First content. Fasting is understanding your own needs and mastering them. Have you ever felt hungry and craved snacks? Surely many times. But did you know that hunger and craving are actually two completely different things? Hunger is a biological signal, while craving is a psychological need, and those processed snacks are advertised very attractively. They are tools of the food industry to trick you into thinking they will satisfy that craving. So if you find it hard to control unhealthy cravings, fasting can be a solution. But fasting is not a diet, nor is it a lifestyle. Instead, fasting is a way of thinking, learning to let go. It's a way for you to build strength from saying no. The key message here is, fasting is understanding your own needs and mastering them. When you choose to pause, you break the endless consumption cycle and take time to reflect. Do I really need that pastry? That's the 5th cup of coffee today. What am I thinking? Scrolling through Instagram for the 10th time. It sounds unrelated. Actually, pausing instant gratifications like social media or any habit you usually use to escape reality is a form of dopamine fasting. This is a concept that Cameron Sepper, a psychologist at the University of California, San Francisco, has studied. Imagine how much stronger and calmer you would be if you could resist the allure, from phone notifications to endless scrolling, to focus on a task that requires deep concentration. Fasting doesn't mean giving up something entirely. Instead, it's a way to train self-discipline. An interesting example is breath holding. Sounds strange, right? But athletes do this regularly. They train in low-oxygen environments to increase lung capacity. Many forms of yoga also emphasize the benefits of breath control. It's important to note that although fasting can sometimes feel a bit uncomfortable, it's not about enduring suffering. With the right mindset, fasting can become a joyful experience because you feel your own strength and mastery. And once you get used to it, it becomes a natural part of life. What do you think? Is there anything you'd like to try applying today? The second engaging topic. Using intermittent fasting to get used to going without. Mentioning fasting, you might feel a bit anxious. The idea of giving up food or social media can indeed make us restless. But here's the interesting thing about fasting. When you practice not relying on things that bring comfort or temporary familiarity, you'll feel stronger and more in control of your life. The truth is, you're not giving up anything forever. Instead, you're just setting it aside temporarily to build new habits. It might not be easy at first, but remind yourself that that uncomfortable feeling doesn't last forever. You know what? After more than 15 years of regular fasting practice, the article's author recommends starting with intermittent fasting because it's the easiest and most effective way. A popular plan for beginners is the 16-to-8 fasting method. You only eat within an 8-hour window each day, for example, from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. This method is very flexible and easy to adapt to your lifestyle. At the same time, it offers many amazing health benefits. Intermittent fasting helps regulate insulin levels in the body. When you stop eating processed foods, the body will use stored glucose and stop producing excess insulin. When you fast, the body enters a state of autophagy. This is a process where old, damaged, or inefficient cells are removed, making way for the regeneration of new cells. This is how the body self-cleanses and renews from within, helping to slow down the aging process. Autophagy not only helps remove damaged cells, but also supports the production of healthier, more youthful cells. This can improve the skin, making it bright and smooth, and reduce signs of aging such as wrinkles or sagging. Additionally, fasting helps reduce inflammation, one of the main causes of premature aging and chronic diseases. You know how the body gets red and swollen when bitten by a mosquito, right? Food can also cause similar inflammation. Unfortunately, low-quality processed foods are often full of harmful substances. This puts our bodies into a state of chronic inflammation. When the body has to fight this at the molecular level, we feel tired and lose energy in the long run. Chronic inflammation can lead to cardiovascular diseases, diabetes, asthma, and many other health issues. Hearing this, you might find these health benefits quite appealing, but you're still a bit worried about having a hungry, irritable stomach in the morning, right? To address that, the author suggests starting your day with a cup of bulletproof coffee. It's a combination of black coffee, butter, and a spoonful of oil labeled C8MCT. This active compound is found in coconut oil and palm kernel oil. The fats in this drink will keep you energized throughout the morning, while still maintaining a fasting state and activating autophagy. The third topic we need to explore today is helping the body develop healthily through intermittent fasting. That sounds great. While fasting helps regulate insulin, reduce inflammation, and activate autophagy, we must admit that these molecular-level concepts are quite abstract and hard to perceive clearly. Therefore, the common reason many people choose fasting is to achieve a slimmer waistline, which is easily noticeable and has a strong impact on one's confidence. But remember, fasting is not dieting. Many diets rely on calorie restriction, assuming that all calories are the same. But 100 calories from a salad are clearly much healthier than 100 calories from French fries, right? The issue is that diets often don't address the root of the problem. Your body cannot efficiently convert food into energy. Moreover, low-calorie diets often lead to cravings. In contrast, intermittent fasting teaches you when and how to eat correctly. Different fasting methods have different effects. Similarly, how you eat after breaking your fast is equally important. For this reason, the author recommends varying your fasting times regularly. Let's explore why flexible changes are so important. After your last meal, your body needs between 4 to 16 hours to start using stored energy at this moment. Glycogen in the body is broken down to produce glucose. This process releases adrenaline and cortisol, giving you a source of energy if you follow the OMAD diet. OMAD stands for 1 meal a day, 1 meal per day. The fasting period will be even longer in OMAD. The body enters fat-burning mode and activates the process of converting stored fat into ketones for energy. Not only does it help you lose weight, ketosis also brings other health benefits. A recent study shows that ketosis helps reduce triglycerides, that is to say, blood fat, and increase HDL cholesterol, the good cholesterol for the body. However, these effects cannot be maintained if you practice OMAD every day and continuously. This can cause a decrease in sex hormones in both men and women. Sleep quality also declines, and hair begins to thin. Therefore, the author recommends you be flexible. For example, you can start the new week with a breakfast rich in protein and fat, combining OMAD and intermittent fasting on the following days, and treat yourself to a few days of indulgent eating on the weekend. This unfixed fasting habit not only helps you avoid cravings, but also keeps your mind and body sharp, because when you have to adapt to a volatile world, your body becomes more flexible. Are you ready? Remember, this journey is for you to be healthier, more confident, and enjoy life more fully. The fourth topic, healthy sleep supports proper fasting and improves your sleep. Interestingly, most people would rather skip a few hours of sleep than skip a meal, right? While fasting for a few days won't harm you, lack of sleep can be life-threatening. But did you know that getting 6.5 to 8 hours of sleep each night not only helps you feel refreshed, but also actually protects and heals your body? Helps reduce the risk of cancer and heart attacks, supports cell repair, and reduces inflammation in the brain. Through the lymphatic system, which is responsible for removing cellular waste. More specifically, sleep time is also counted as fasting time. And if you continue fasting after waking up, human growth hormone will increase. This is a hormone that effectively supports fat burning and muscle building. The important thing here is that sleep and fasting truly harmonize with each other. If you eat too late, your body will have to digest while you sleep, disrupting the natural circadian rhythm. Sleeping with high blood sugar and insulin levels can cause you to wake up in the middle of the night, and the next morning you feel sluggish and lacking energy. A recent study at the University of California, San Diego indicates that keeping a 3-hour gap between the last meal and bedtime significantly reduces blood sugar levels. So if you close your eating window at 8 p.m. and go to sleep after 11 p.m., that's a fairly manageable schedule, right? In addition to not eating too late, you can also maintain a stable circadian rhythm. Reduce exposure to artificial light a few hours before bedtime. Dim the lights in the house and turn off the TV, laptop, and phone as well. These devices activate hormones that make you more alert and cause difficulty sleeping. Finally, remember that building a new habit is always a challenge. So don't be too hard on yourself in the early stages of fasting. You may experience sleep disturbances or have dinners that disrupt your daily routine. This is completely normal because you still have your own life. But sometimes those late dinners are a clear proof of why you shouldn't eat before bedtime. Fifth, metabolic flexibility helps you exercise effectively even while fasting. As we have seen, fasting helps you face the fear of giving up things you thought you couldn't live without. It also makes you stronger, as both mind and body gradually obey your will. And that is what makes you stronger. Next, it's time to step into the gym. You might think that working out on an empty stomach is impossible, especially if you're used to sweet sports drinks to maintain strength or carb loading before a workout. But in reality, weight loss is much more difficult. When your body still depends on glucose for energy, fortunately, through intermittent fasting, you have trained your ability to control energy at the metabolic level. By flexibly changing your fasting regimen, you have helped your body become metabolically flexible, switching between burning sugar and burning fat. The key message here is, metabolic flexibility helps you get through gym sessions even while fasting, believe it or not. This unpredictability is actually good for your cells. The body usually prefers to use sugar for energy, but when sugar is not available, it switches to fat-burning mode to produce energy from ketones. Alternating between these two states helps the cell structure gradually become accustomed to energy metabolism from both sources. And the great thing is that using stored fat actually brings many benefits. Not only does it help you become slimmer, but fat molecules also contain more energy than carbohydrates. Additionally, good fats have anti-inflammatory properties, helping to reduce certain pains after exercise. And they also help your body stay better hydrated. After a workout, and when it's time to break your fast, you can freely add a healthy amount of carbs. This is not only good but also suitable for the rapidly changing environment between the two metabolic states. It helps the body become stronger day by day. Another small tip to enhance metabolic flexibility is hot-cold therapy. Try standing under cold water for the last few minutes of each shower. At first, you will absolutely hate it, but gradually, the mild stress from cold water will increase the amount of cardiolipin and stimulate your body to produce more heat. Studies show that cold water therapy improves mood, boosts the immune system, reduces pain, and supports weight loss. Finally, don't be too obsessed with achieving a physique like the bodies you see on TV. To film a scene showing off abs, actors often have to fast for many days, and using diuretics to try to maintain that look all the time can leave you exhausted or worse. Instead, treat your body well with healthy food, regular exercise, and quality sleep. All of these will help you maintain a healthy and realistic body image. Remember that health is not just about appearance, it's also about how you feel about yourself every day. Sixth, women need a fasting plan tailored to their individual needs. Fasting brings many benefits, but it is not a one-size-fits-all solution. You may need to experiment a bit to find what works best for you, and this is especially true for women. It's unfortunate that most fasting plans and medical studies often use men as the basis, so what's best for the female body hasn't been widely discussed. Clearly, men and women have significant differences, especially regarding women's reproductive ability. This makes the female body more sensitive to fasting. When the part of the brain that controls emotions perceives a threat to fertility, it triggers a stress response, limiting hormones to conserve energy for the body. In fact, the author notes that many women who practice intermittent fasting excessively have experienced issues like insomnia, hair loss, irregular periods, and even temporary infertility. The important thing to remember is that women should develop a fasting plan tailored to their own bodies. The seventh point, the key strategy: take things gently and slowly. Don't do too much at once. Limit intermittent fasting to once a day or start gently with 14 hours instead of 16. The author suggests saving high-intensity workouts for non-fasting days. A bulletproof coffee can help reduce stress on the body while fasting. These are not hard and fast rules, but merely suggestions to prevent the body from triggering stress due to lack of food. If you still feel stressed or crave fatty and salty foods, add a bit of Himalayan salt and grass-fed butter to your diet. Additionally, women need to pay special attention to their iron levels, as iron deficiency can cause fatigue and affect the menstrual cycle. Important note: always consult a doctor before starting a fast, especially if you are breastfeeding, planning to become pregnant, or have fertility issues. Check with your doctor if you have irregular periods, are underweight, or have a history of eating disorders. And of course, never fast if you are pregnant. Fasting can bring great benefits to both women and men, but women need to be a bit more careful. Proceed slowly, pay attention to your diet, supplement nutrition, and manage stress levels. Most importantly, listen to your body. Every woman is different, and only you know what's best for your health. Part 8. Fasting helps you discover yourself, transcending the physical body. Right after starting a fast, you will notice some changes. Your body will become aware of unconscious thoughts about food, such as cravings triggered by stress. With this awareness, you'll understand that hunger is just a sensation, not always rational. But think beyond the physical aspects. For instance, your senses may become sharper. Food may smell more delicious. The colors of a salad plate might appear more vibrant to your eyes. Fasting changes the way you see the world around you, and this is why fasting is a pillar of most religious and spiritual practices, from Christianity, Judaism, Islam, to Buddhism. For many, giving up familiar things not only demonstrates discipline and sacrifice, but also opens a path to a deeper connection with the world around them. The main message is that fasting helps you discover yourself, transcending the physical body. See fasting as a form of meditation at the physical level and enjoy the process. In fact, finding joy in fasting is the key to its spiritual journey. Although fasting requires discipline, it is not a journey of pain. On the other hand, feelings of comfort and satisfaction also play a very important role in this process. This is also an interesting time to note that during prolonged fasts, orgasmic sensations can become more intense, more so for both men and women. However, if you are male, remember that testosterone levels drop after ejaculation. This is also mentioned by Taoist sages, when they advise men not to expend energy too frequently, while encouraging women to achieve orgasm comfortably and fully. The main message in these contents is, fasting is not about endurance or starvation. Instead, it is a way to reduce biological noise at the cellular level, and to calm the noise of consciousness in the mind. Ultimately, fasting is a practice of self-discipline. Learn to let go of unnecessary things to better understand what you truly need. And a final piece of advice for you: avoid judging yourself. Maybe you planned to fast for a few days, but then an unexpected stress during the day made you pick up a cookie and eat it. Don't be so hard on yourself. See it as how fasting has exposed some mental toxin within you, such as perfectionism or rigidity. Instead, enjoy that cookie and continue your journey. Fasting is not only a physical challenge, but also an opportunity to understand yourself better, to harmonize with the world and cherish every moment. Try fasting not just from food, but also from hatred. Spend a day without any hateful thoughts toward anyone or anything. This can help you recognize the negative currents around you, whether from the outside world or from social media. If hatred arises in your mind, practice replacing it with a positive thought about the object of your negativity. This is a great way to cleanse the mind, cultivate empathy, and build a lighter life. Fasting in this way not only helps the body become healthy, but also brings peace to your soul. At this point, Yen An must say goodbye to you all. I hope today's information will be helpful to you. Don't forget to subscribe to always get the latest updates from the Life Lessons channel. Thank you. Have a great day.